What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We are sitting in the boat barn right now, getting ready to go for the third stop of Division 1 on Kentucky Lake. Got rods all over the place, tons of Daiwa ALX combos, missile baits stuff, owner hooks, all the good stuff, ready to go for this tournament. But there is something that came out recently that I have been waiting for a very long time, and it's definitely going to play in this tournament, and that is the Missile Baits Freedom Flyer in the 6-inch version. Super excited about this bait. I've been looking forward to this for a very long time, and I'm just going to go through some of the colors and how I rig it, the rod I throw it on, the jig head that I use, and everything, just to kind of break down how I'm going to use this bait. It's no secret, like, everybody's been throwing smaller minnows for a long time, and now it seemed to have gotten bigger and bigger. Everybody throwing 5 1/4, 5 1/2, 6, 6 1/4, 7-inch, all the way up to 8-inch soft plastic baits. The minnow craze has just kind of gone, swept all over the country, and they do work all over the place, so it's really cool. Missile came out with a ton of different colors for different water clarities, different bodies of water, different foods, forages that these bass feed on. So I'm just gonna run through them here real quick, but first and foremost, we'll go over the bait that I actually have rigged up for Kentucky Lake. It is this color right here. This is Tennessee Shad. It's a really cool, like, olive green, sparkly belly, and I got it rigged up right here on the jig head that I'm going to be throwing it on. That is an eye-roll jig head from Missile Baits. It's a 3/16. That's just kind of like what I'm going to be starting with. But the setup that I throw these bigger minnows on is a ALX Zolo Mixed Smalls. It's a 7'6", 1.5 light plus. This is a very versatile rod. I throw a ton of different things on it. It's one of my favorite smallmouth rods too. I drag tubes with it, drag Ned rigs with it. But the whole key behind it is a pretty soft tip. So you're able to cast really far, and you have a lot of sensitivity, which you want when you're shaking these minnows. You want to be able to bounce that minnow along, making it roll and rock from side to side, but you need a good backbone to be able to bury these hooks, because with this big of a bait, I am using the 3/0 version of the Missile Baits eye-roll jig head. It has a nano-coated hook, sticky sharp, but just on those longer casts, I want to be able to make sure I get a good hook in those fish. But yeah, this is just the color that I chose. I mean, I'm going to fish the Tennessee River. Why not start with the bait that's named Tennessee Shad? Just makes a lot of sense to me, but I'm super excited about it. A couple features about this bait that I'll get real close here for you. But, like, as you can see, it's a pretty slender bait, but look at that tail. If I can get that thing to stop and get it in focus, which I don't know is gonna happen. Oh, there we go. You can see that little wing right there. You don't see that on pretty much any other bait, because what they do is they have their wings on the head of the bait, but this bait rocks so hard from side to side. You can almost get it to roll over if you're rocking it slow enough. And that all comes down to depth you're fishing, weight of the jig head. That's all stuff that you have to base on how the fish are acting, how they're presenting to you. Yes, this is a mainly forward-facing sonar technique that I'm talking about, but you can shake a minnow without it all the time. You just kind of have to play with your retrieves until you start getting some bites and build on that. But yeah, this is the color that I'm starting with right here, Tennessee Shad. I mean, I have caught a number of fish on the smaller version that has been out for a while, the 4.25, and it's in a lot of these same colors. So I'm going to run you guys through the colors, and they actually did a absolutely phenomenal job with these colors, having a number of different natural colors, but as well as some colors that will pop, and some that are just a little bit different that you don't really see offered. So I'm going to run through them here real quick. This one is another one of my favorites that I think is going to be a big player. It's Good Wakasagi. Just a very good, like, gizzard shad looking color. Dark green, like green pumpkin back, blue iridescent sparkles in there, and like a clear belly. This is going to catch a ton of fish. This is one that's going to be in the boat for Kentucky Lake as well. And this one, this is basically a brighter version of Tennessee Shad to me, and that's Arkansas Shiner. It's that olive green color and that pearl belly. Just gives it a little more pop, a little bit brighter. This color is really good up north and is a sleeper as a perch imitator, because a lot of our perch up here, you see the natural perch looking colors, you know, with the tiger stripes, the bright yellow, the orange fins, but a lot of our perch really just try to blend in with the sand and the grass that they live around. This color imitates it perfectly, so I plan on catching a ton of fish on this color back home too. And here's another one. This is the color that Jamie Hartman did really well on Guntersville with in the first event of the year, blind minnowing, and that is live minnow. This color is awesome. I caught a bunch of fish on Rayburn in the 4.25 in this color. Just the only reason I didn't stick with that in the tournament was basically because I got more bites with a bigger minnow. Still caught a lot of fish on it, but this color is very, very unique. It looks to the eye, especially in the camera, it's kind of hard. It doesn't do it a whole lot of justice, but there is like a purple hue, like just shines with this bait. And it looks really, really good in the water. I don't know what it is about bass, largemouth and smallmouth, that they just love purple. Like I use a lot of different purple hues, purple sparkles, that kind of stuff, but purple is a big player. I think it's just a natural looking color to them. Maybe it's a color that they see a lot in the water and other things that they're trying to pursue and eat, but it's got a purple iridescent color to it. Very, very cool color. And then you got the silver shiner. This is a really good, you know, shiner imitator, but in one this size, I'm looking to imitate more of like a gizzard shad. And it's awesome. I mean, it's gray. It's got some sparkle in it. It's clear. Like, it's just a really cool looking color. And then this one is always in the boat for me. And whether it's a paddle tail swim bait or a minnow style, the electric minnow, just, it's basically very, very similar to the silver shiner, but this has some blue flake in it and just gives it a little bit of a different color pop as it's coming through the water. When that sun hits those sparkles, it just looks a little bit different to those fish. I've caught a ton of fish on baits in the electric shad color and a bunch of different plastics. So those are mainly your really natural colors. Now these colors are some that will work in a little bit of like just that stained water in different scenarios, and some of these will work in clear water too. I plan on using them in clear water, but it's no secret, just a straight white, you know, this is just pearl white. It's a great bait fish imitator, works all over the country, muddy water, heck, it even works in really clean water when you're just trying to give them something to chase down. A pearl white is a really good color to have. This one is really cool to me. You saw pink get exploited a lot on Ray Roberts for the Classic. You had Lee Livesey throwing a pink chatterbait. Pink is just one of those colors that's definitely becoming a more popular color in bass fishing. And they got an option here for you. This is Bubblegum Gizzard. It's a really cool color. I'm going to keep this one on the boat too in Kentucky Lake because I feel like it's just something that those fish haven't seen. They've probably seen Tennessee shad a ton of times, but this is just a little bit different. I think it's going to play pretty big, and yeah, we're going to keep that one in the boat for Kentucky Lake as well. This one is really cool. This is like a clear minnow. This is called Disco Violet. It's got some blue flake in it. It's pretty clear. It's got black flake. Just sometimes with these minnows, like you almost try to hide it from them. Like you want them to see it, yeah, obviously, to chase it, but I feel like that is just something that like they can tell something's there, but they don't really see it all that well, and that can trigger some bites just out of reaction. So this is one of those ones for sure that is going to get a lot of bites. And then this one is super unique, and I feel like this is going to play a lot with smallmouth, spotted bass, or any time that largemouth are chasing something where you want a little more pop. And that's called Spot Remover. It's got a chartreuse back. It's kind of a clear coat, not clear coat, but it's like a clear belly, black and blue flake in there. Very, very cool looking bait. I can see this one playing a lot on herring lakes too, because I mean, if you watch any of the Bassmaster Elite coverage on Murray, chartreuse is a pretty popular color when they're chasing herring. So, but yeah, those are the colors of the Freedom Flyer. And then I will go over here real quick. I'll just dig into my bag here and grab the jig heads that I use on these. Is the iRoll jig head. You know, they come in a variety of different sizes, different hook options, but with a big minnow like that, I am going to throw a 3/0 hook. I know some guys like throwing smaller hooks on those big minnows because mainly when they're hitting that, they're hitting it from the head on. They're not trying to chase it down and bite the tail. They want to eat that thing head first. So sometimes you do want a little bit of a smaller hook. One of those things you have to experiment with when it comes to the fish that you're trying to catch. But this is an 1/8 ounce right here. And one really cool thing that Missile did with these jig heads is they labeled all of them on the keeper right there. You can see the weight. So like for me, I like to stay pretty organized. Like yes, I have them all like in their original packs right here, but I'll rip those tabs off and throw a bunch into one bag. And I don't have to take a Sharpie and marker it up because a lot of times the marker just wears off in the boat as you're bouncing down the lake and everything. But it's on the jig head, so you can keep them all together. And if you're wondering, it's like, I wonder what size jig head I was throwing, because that does happen to me sometimes too. You just pull the bait back and you can see the size that you were throwing, or when you go to replace a piece, the plastic on there, you can see it. So really cool features on this bait. It is a welded split ring on there, so you don't have to worry about your line getting caught on it. Dual keepers too, so it's got a wire keeper right here, and then it has a molded keeper into the lead. And like I was saying before, that nano coated really sticky sharp hook that helps stick those fish on long casts without a lot of effort. Because like I said, a lot of times you're using a softer rod when you're shaking a minnow. A sharp hook is a must. You need to get that hook into those fish to get them to the boat. But that is the new Missile Baits Freedom Flyer. Super excited to get this thing out on the water and try it out. I haven't had an opportunity to yet because I haven't really been fishing a lot of places where you shake a minnow. I was on Grand, no scope, didn't shake a minnow there. I mean, that was a dirty, shallow, you know, flipping, shad spawny kind of deal. And well, I missed the shad spawn too, so another reason why I didn't throw the minnow. And then I was on the Mississippi River. A lot of those fish were spawning. You did have some pre-spawners as well. And we could scope, but they just weren't doing the deal where I could target them that way. So I just haven't had an opportunity to throw these baits yet. But this upcoming week down on Kentucky Lake, I'm definitely going to be using it a bunch. And I'm super excited about it because after seeing what the smaller one can do, just magnifying that with the 6-inch version is going to be really exciting to see what those bass do. But guys, that is the new Freedom Flyer paired up with the Missile Baits eye-roll jig heads. Head on over to missilebaits.com. Check out all the cool colors. Check out the smaller one as well. And then get yourself some eye-roll jig heads. It doesn't matter what kind of plastic you're throwing on these things. It helps it rock even harder, probably a way that those fish haven't seen before. But like I said, head on over to the website, check out all the stuff that they got. And yeah, I'm going to keep packing, get this stuff rigged up, be ready to go to Kentucky Lake. We'll see you guys down the road.